Congratulations, Cheryl.
Thank you so very much. Obviously, it's a great honor to be inducted into the Chautauqua Hall of Fame, and I want to thank the committee for selecting me for this honor. It's always great to come back to where you grew up. And I started my career, if you can call it that, down at Lakewood Elementary School, where Mrs. Crane was my very first physical education teacher. And you don't think back always the different people that are going to make an impact in your life. Even as much as in first grade, you had a teacher that saw that I loved sports. And after I left elementary school, I went on to the middle school, and Daphne Thurno, I know Mr. Thurno is also in the Hall of Fame, you could not have found a more enthusiastic phys ed teacher at that point in time as well. And it was contagious. She showed me opportunities that you could really go out and use sports as something you want to do in your life. But as all of you know and has been brought up, it was when Title IX passed that it really exploded and opened opportunities for women. And I was a junior at Southwestern High School when that passed, and for the very first time in my life, I got to be a part of a varsity sports team. It didn't matter that it was the boys' team, because I had a coach, Coach Tom Priester, and Coach Fran Seriani, who opened their arms wide to let the girls be a part of that team. They treated us just like one of the guys, which I think is still okay to say these days. And any workouts that they had, we had. Any opportunities that they had, we had. And by the way, Coach Priester, I'll admit now that I never finished one of the mile workouts that you gave us. You probably always knew that, but we were sprinters, and we were sprinters for the very first time. So we didn't realize the opportunity that was in front of us. And I have to say, my one claim to fame as a track athlete was at Slippery Rock University, because I still hold 2 records there, in the 50 and the 4x100, because, and I will always have those records because they don't run yards anymore. But going on from there, whenever we have an opportunity, for those of you that do, to have an honor like this bestowed upon you, you take the time to reflect back and look at all the things and the people that have come along your journey. And no doubt, none of us would be here without the people in our lives. And as we climb that ladder, no matter where it takes you, each rung provides you with people and opportunities that allow you to climb the next rung. And for me, starting out, it was my family. When I was at the Final Four and had the privilege of presenting that championship trophy to Gino Auriemma more than once from the University of Connecticut, my family, there were always members of my family there with me. Even my mother, who didn't even like sports, was part of that. And my nieces, who got to be the best floor rotators, ball rotators at the volleyball championship. Or my niece Katie, who was the best floor wiper at the Final Four for women's basketball. And the most pleasurable for me was to be able to share it with my dad. He had 4 daughters. I think I was the closest to the son that he had, but he was able to be a part of the collegiate and the international soccer matches that we were a part of. So as you look back, you have to think of not only your family, but it were teachers and coaches. As I began my journey to become a teacher and a coach myself and an administrator, they were the ones that were role models. They were the ones that showed you how to do it right and how to do it well. And after that, I had student athletes throughout all the years. I was in collegiate athletics of some type for about 40 years. The athletes, you learn a great deal from athletes, but also administrators who got me out of hot water probably more than once. And the fact of the matter is, being part of Division I athletics, I learned a little bit more about the legal system that I had hoped along the way. But even at the pinnacle, when I was part of the Olympics and the 2007 and 11 World Cup Championships for soccer, the fierce competition that you face day in and day out, those are the people that become your colleagues. Those are the people that become your friends. And there's no doubt that sports is the universal language. Sports is what brought all of us here. Sports is a language that's spoken all over the world and brings people together. And for that, I am so thankful and very blessed to have been a part of that. So I want to just thank the committee, congratulate the 2019 inductees, and just wish all of you the very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cheryl.